today. The weather has gone nice and cold outside, so it's got me thinking about Christmas and decorations that we could create ourselves that are zero waste. So we've got a lot of older books, and this is one that you can easily hang from a tree or from the ceiling. And it works quite well because it's got a nice bit of movement to it. It looks quite complicated, but all it is 6 pages from an old book. What I do, I make a nice neat square, like making it into a triangle. And then if you're using, or you're doing this with children rather, you can easily use child safety scissors for it because it doesn't really need to be neat. Put those to one side, you'll use them for another craft in a second. And then what you do, some people like to mark where the middle is with their thumb, but that involves the possibility of being cut. So you can make a few cuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, just before the centre. You don't want the cuts to meet. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you open it up. So far so easy. If you do want to do this with children, it really doesn't have to be neat and tidy. You'll still get a nice effect. Now I've got this trusty chopstick that I use for stirring paint and also getting the fluff out of the hoover when it sticks to the sides. So what you have to do is you use your glue stick and you get one side nice and tacky, and then you fold it on itself like so. It's being resistant obviously because we're on camera, and then you get that like that, and then you just push it on it so it sticks. So the only reason that you need to stick is so that you get that nice firm grip, and it takes a matter of seconds. And then you can also keep that nice conal shape, and then you flip it round, and then you put a little bit of glue on the corner of that one, and you can hold it together. So you can see this is an easy one to do. You don't have to just use old books. If you want a bit more colour, you can use old road maps, because let's face it, we've all got sat navs these days. So it doesn't even have to be a road map from the 1800s or anything. It could be a road map from 2001. Or you could use just coloured paper that you'd find in any craft shop or stationer's. And then you can decide how big you want them to be based on how big the squares are, and then for how many different wings, if you like, you want as well. So a bit more glue on this side. You pop them together. And the good thing about this is if they do just unpop, you just have to reapply some glue and just hold them for a couple more seconds. They really don't take very long at all. Now with this size, I tend to use 6 of these individual components to make a star. But as I say, you could just have individual ones as hanging decorations. When they get bigger and you use slightly stiffer paper, so the atlases for example, you'd actually really only need about 5 because they bulge out so much. They make quite a nice 5-point star. But this will hold its shape throughout Christmas and just carry on sort of moving. You can see the shadows are quite nice and it catches the light. If you want to, of course, you could add colour to the paper first or anything like that might be a bit more zuzzy. Now, when you're connecting them, what you want to make sure is that the largest side doesn't then meet another largest side, because that's going to push them out disproportionately. So you want them just to meet there, and then you can just stick them together like that. So as I say, it's really simple to build, and if you wanted to have another star, you just continue doing that for six of them together, and you can see how I've done that one just there. These make a really nice gift because you can sort of take them quite easily. They're quite transportable. Or if you wanted to, you could make them slightly longer and make hanging decorations like so. And then all you have to do is make a very small hole in the top and then put some twine through. This is the twine that I've managed to harvest from my Hessian sacks, from my coffee sacks. And that's as simple as it is. So for the sake of 6 pages from an old book, which kind of feels a bit guilty that you're ruining a book, but this is Cicero's Selected Political Speeches, and I studied that for a few years, so I don't feel the need to keep the book. So if you've got books that are falling apart, literally, that's quite a good way of doing it. But as you can see, that's going to make quite a nice, unusual decoration as well, and you can colour that any way that you'd like. But this is all to go together with all the other rustic looks we've got, and I'm going to show you a few other crafts later on throughout the festive period and give you some ideas of ways you can work together. So if you like this, please like it, please comment if you've got any other ideas or variations that you try, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our website if you like, theminismallholder.com, and hopefully we can give you lots more ideas of how to do a zero waste, zero expense Christmas. Thank you very much.